Two hearts are beating together. I'm in love. Woo. Welcome back to Mr. Larry's Craft. Welcome back to Mr. Larry's Craft Show. My throat is a little hoarse. I'm getting over a small case of laryngitis. It's fall, y'all, which means it's a wonderful time to sleep under an open window and enjoy the cool autumn breeze as it rolls into your lungs, filling it with pollen and bacteria and dust and dander of all sorts. So it's my own fault, but we will power through and we will do this video today. Perseverance. If this is your first time joining us at Mr. Larry's Craft Show, welcome. Hi, hello there. Mr. Larry's Craft Show is all about taking my experiences over the last 15 years as an art camp instructor, an art teacher, a graphic design professor, a creative director, and a lot of other endeavors that I've been on, and bringing all of that knowledge and that curiosity to you all in hopes that we will help to create a more colorful, vibrant, creative place together. Check out my other videos from series 1, which is located below in a playlist, and you can get caught up on the crafts that we've done over the last several months. This week's project is one that you've likely seen on the shelves of all of your favorite craft and hobby stores. We'll be making a needle punch rug. Needle punch rug kits are available everywhere. They're inexpensive. However, be aware that a lot of them don't come with the full set of tools that you'll need to make one of these lovely pieces. We'll be going through one of the most basic versions of this project with just a few materials and a little creativity. But before we get into that, I want to share with you 3 things that'll help us get started and make this project a success. Starting with I feel like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Yo, Scoob! That's my official Shaggy impression is Yo, Scoob. Yo, Scoob! Starting with thing number 1. One source for the term carpet, which is often interchanged with rug, is the Latin verb carpere, which means to pluck. And this is likely a reference to the fact that early carpets were made from shredded and plucked fibers. In fact, before the 15th century, the word carpet really referred to any sort of coarse fabric that included table spreads, bedspreads, floor coverings, wall coverings, etc. Modern day carpeting, or the pile type carpet that we see in most homes today, is thought to have originated in the Caspian Sea area or northern Iran, with the oldest version of this appearing to be Armenian. And that brings us to thing number 2. After the First World War, carpet became available in a wide variety of colors and popular patterns, but it still remained somewhat an upper class luxury. However, today most rugs are knotted or otherwise manufactured using mechanical processes, which leaves the art of hand making rugs to crafters like you and I. And to craftspeople around the world who are keeping the ancient traditions alive. Thing number 3, as textiles and soft crafts have grown in popularity, especially recently, kits like these are available practically everywhere and offer you a lot of different avenues to try your own hand at some of them. These are 3 different kinds of needle punch kits that I'll be looking at today. They all have different pre-made designs, which are really adorable. And they come with components of the full design that you'll need. But like I mentioned earlier, some of them don't come with the tool that you'll need. So I'll just go through what those are. We'll open one of these up and take a look at that in just a moment. And then we'll get started on our very own version of this project, utilizing some of the components you see here. So this one, little unicorn, this kit comes with a set of instructions. We have our fabric with our pre-printed artwork. We have some floss or thread that we'll be using to make the carpet. For this project, we would need to supply our own punch needle, which looks like this. Make sure that if you purchase a punch needle separately that you also get a needle threader. It should be as long as the punch needle, so that you can get the thread through it. This other little kit here, so this one comes with fabric as well, and I believe the artwork is printed on it already. Lovely. Little cat. And then we've got the floss that it wants us to use, or the thread, and a hoop as well. And then this one actually comes with little rosettes, little roses made of lace to attach to the whole thing. And of course the instructions that you'll need. This kit, I believe, has its own punch needle for this lovely mountains carpet wall piece. Here is the needle punch, which is adjustable. And you'll notice that this punch is a lot larger than the other one. So this is the one that I've purchased, or the two that I've purchased, because I have two different ones. This one's adjustable, this one is not. And then this is the one that came with the kit that I've just purchased to make a much larger rug than the other two little kits. It comes with instructions that are also photographic. So if you would like something that's a little more visual than a video, I guess you could go to this. It has a color guide as well. Very nice, thorough instructions. This fabric is a little bit different from the other two because it's a larger rug. We're using a larger punch needle, and thus the woven fabric is larger. It comes with a hoop and then the colors of yarn that we're using. I'm gonna pick one of these to get started with, and then I'll show you close up what I'm doing with the tools and how to use them, and then we'll I'm using this beautiful rubber and plastic hoop with DMC floss from my own collection, and I'll be recycling fabric from the little cat project because I really love the texture and the shade of white. I'll begin by placing my fabric in the hoop, making sure to turn the correct side of the fabric outwards. Tug the sides of the fabric tightly to ensure even tension, and make sure that you get it as drum tight as you can. This means that you should be able to bounce a coin off of it. Then I draw my own design on the back side with a washable fabric pen. I've selected my first color of floss, and I will unravel the skein a bit so that I have as little tension as possible. Place the needle threader into the open tip of the punch needle and push it through to the end of the handle, and then slip your floss into the threader and pull it through the needle. Next, place your threader through the small hole in the front of the needle, and then pull your floss through that hole, leaving a small tail of about a couple inches. And then you are ready to get punching. Be sure to leave a very large amount of slack in the space between the end of your needle punch and the source of your floss. You can help this by placing the floss over the back of your hand or in a specially made yarn bowl if necessary. Just remember that the floss dragging against even my arm hair was enough to cause a great frustration, so beware of any kind of tension that you might be creating by accident. The punching action is really simple, but practice makes perfect. Push your needle straight through the fabric, and be sure to push the needle all the way down to the hilt of your punch handle. Pull the needle back out slowly, but maintain contact with the fabric. As long as there's no tension pulling the floss back out, you should be clear to continue with your next punch. I leave a small amount of space between the punches, and this typically works out to be a few stitches of fabric's worth, but be sure to face the opening of the needle towards the direction you are going. Most people find it easiest to punch in a series of lines to fill each color, beginning with the outlines of their individual shapes. If you make mistakes along the way or you have stitches pull out, it's not the end of the world. I will carefully check my work as I go, taking extra caution not to accidentally pull anything out, and then I'll go back in and fill in any spotty or patchy areas as needed. We'll trim all stray threads at the end. You can keep the back of your work very neat and organized, or you can be a big mess like me. Some people like to display the backside instead of the front, so the choice is really up to you and how you prepare the project. I'm punching in a random order at this point, just trying to fill in a lot of gaps and spaces, but you can see that the back piece has its own individual texture, and the front has that floofy pile texture that we mentioned earlier. La. Next, I'm going to trim these edges off, and then some people like to add a tacky glue or an adhesive to the back of theirs. Since mine's just going to hang on the wall and it's not at any risk of being pulled out or anything, I'm probably just going to leave it as is. Nothing fancy, just cutting it off and keeping my scissors close to the edge of the plastic. And now we have our finished cute little primary colors mini rug. Thank you so much for joining me again. I really appreciate all the support. If you like and comment and subscribe to my channel, I will bring you more craft videos every week. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Check out the stuff I'm doing on there too. Some of it's a little bit different. I do a lot of sewing and things like that. And it's a great way to keep up with where we're going next. And I'll see you guys here next week on actual Halloween day where we scare up something. Bye. 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 Bye.